and welcome to another F1 Manager 24 video. In today's video we are going into Silverstone. We need to recover because George got the win last time out in Belgium. However, Perez DNF'd. He started P11, made a brilliant recovery up to P5 in about 6-10 laps. Didn't really look like he could get away from Lawson and Sargent, and then Sargent crashed into the back of him and Lawson crashed into the back of Perez because Sargent hit Lawson, Lawson hit Perez, which leaves Perez 11 points off Max Verstappen and 50 points off the championship lead. They both have some upgrades today. Let's head into Silverstone. Let's go 8-4 higher with Perez and 9-4 higher with George Russell. Let's head into the race weekend.
And come on in to the home of British motor racing. Halfway through the season, it's too early to call the championship. Can teams make good before the summer break, or will they be hoping for a reset? How will the British driver George Russell fare this weekend? He was sensational in the last race. He took home the win and set the bar very high indeed. Now let's get the weekend underway.
So that is the end of FP1, and in that session it was Tsunoda, Piastri, Paul, Aaron up in third. Go on, lad. Norris, Ocon, Antonelli, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Lawson and Perez. We're going to have to, with 6 races to go, Perez really has to keep his act together to make up 50 points. 50 points in 6 races, I think that's about 8 points a race, so he needs to win every single race from this point onwards if he wants to get Russell and Verstappen. Verstappen's a much easier task to accomplish with Perez, but to get Russell he needs to be on it. And that is the end of FP2, and the final order is as follows: Tsunoda, Norris, Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc, Lawson, Gasly, Piastri, Russell and Albon. We're not normally ever in the top 10 in practice, so to have been top 10 in both of the sessions with Perez and Russell, or what, you know, Perez in P1, Russell in P2, I'm looking forward to this weekend. So that was the end of FP3, and the order was as follows: Perez, Russell, Norris, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Piastri, Sargent, Albon, Bortoleto and Charles Leclerc. Albon looks quick, Sargent looks quick, Bortoleto looks quick, Ferrari looks slow, and Perez half a second quicker than George Russell. That's the sort of form he needs to win this championship. Let's go. They have 98 drivers preparation, both Perez starting very high with confidence, George Russell just high. Let's head into qualifying.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final 2 sectors.
Aston Martin's driver there, of course. How do you think they'll do today, Karun?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
So of course, as we get ready to start our flying lap, that's when everybody decides to come out. Here is our fresh new livery for this Grand Prix. Look at it, I quite like it. It's sort of a camo design. But yeah, George Russell starts his flying lap. Perez is 8 seconds behind as he starts his. Will that car get out of Perez's way? No, it will get in Perez's way. So that's the end of Perez's lap straight away. George Russell sets purple first sector. Coming around Luffield and Brooklands and Luffield, sorry. Coming down towards turn 9, the old turn 1 of Copse Corner. Then we come through Maggots, Beckett's, and the final one, which is Chapel. This car needs to get out of the way, it does so. It's purple for George. He is the only one out there, he's the first one out there, so obviously he is going to be setting purples. But yeah, it's a bit upsetting that Perez's lap time isn't going to mean anything, but George Russell comes up towards the line and it's a 1:23.8. Minutes left in the session. Let's try this again with Perez. A flying lap in Q3. Oh my god, there's a Red Bull coming out exactly the same place. Good. But yeah, Perez is currently 29 seconds off the pole time, which isn't realistic. Alonso is just under a tenth off. Please get out of the way, or are you going to... Perez can't get a bloody... You're joking me. No, that's another one gone for Perez. Pressure's on Perez to get round in time. He's not going to do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I think we had about a 2-second margin. But Perez, this is a third attempt to get a flying lap in Q1 on the same set of tyres. These tyres are knackered. To be fair, Verstappen's only P12. He could be in a bit of trouble here. Norris is only P15 and he's actually finished. Perez is doing 24.6, which is yellow, which is a bit worrying. Or 24.6, which is a little bit worrying, but he's going to get completely free reign of the next 2 sectors, which is awesome. 36.6 for next sector. If Perez improves, Norris is out. Norris is already out. Okay, so what can we do coming up towards the line? What's going to be for Perez? Goes P4, nice. The final order in Q1, the people that make it through are Russell, Piastri, Alonso, Perez, Tsunoda, Hadjar, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sargent, Albon, Lawson, Behrman, Ricciardo, Bottas, Doohan and Pierre Gasly. And knocked out is Antonelli, Hulkenberg, Norris, Bortoletto, Sainz and Ocon. So starting our first lap in Q2, Perez's tyres are going to be much more worn because they've done 7 laps already, whereas Russell's have only done 3. So Perez's tyre is going to be a lot more worn, so this lap isn't going to be representative for Perez. And shock, it's the lap he's going to have 0 traffic. Russell is doing a 24.4 in the first sector. Perez is doing a 24.7, so there we go, that's 3 tenths already. But that is the sector you need the tyres. This one isn't so bad for tyres. But Russell comes through at the end of the second sector through Maggots and Beckett's. And Russell is doing a 36.4, Perez is doing a 36.5. So not much between them in the second sector. And George Russell is going to get met by a V-Carb who is just starting his lap. That'll give him some dirty air. Russell does a 23.7, Perez goes...
Cool the car, but stay negative on the delta.
Half a second off that. So on board with Perez starting his final lap in Q2. I'm not sure we'll need it, and if we don't need it, that's great. But yeah, on a fresh set of tyres now for the final lap in Q2. He was quite close to the, I was worried. There's Ricciardo capable of a quick lap, Piastri capable of a quick lap, Sargent, Albon, they're capable of quick laps. So Perez is doing a 24.5, that's decent, that's only a tenth off Russell's time. Leclerc goes quicker than Russell, Alonso gets an 100th of Verstappen. Gasly hasn't finished. Piastri goes top of the session. Second sector for Perez is a 36.4, so exactly the same as Russell. But yeah, let's get shafted anyway, okay. Wow, I hope we don't need this lap. Up towards the line Perez goes, and it's not an improvement. Good job we didn't need the improvement anyway. So that Q2 results were Piastri, Tsunoda, Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Perez, Hadjar, Behrman, Lawson, Bottas, Ricciardo, Doohan, Sargent, Albon and Gasly are knocked out. Right, here they are starting their first lap in Q3. Doesn't look like they're going to get any traffic. Perez is on scrubs, Russell is on fresh tyres. They both managed to get out in front of that Ferrari, which means they will have no traffic, I'm sure, for the first lap in Q3, which is nice, which means if we can manage the first lap without it, I'd hope we can manage the second. 24.5 for Perez, 24.5 for Russell, 24.4 for Perez, which means Perez on scrubs is going quicker than Russell is on fresh, so I'm wondering if that's a temp thing. As in temperature, not temporary. Perez goes 36.6, Russell goes 36.4, so Russell's now 2 tenths up. But rounding the club chicane, up towards, down the Hamilton straight, coming towards the first corner, 24.0 and a 23.8 for Russell. 10, okay, we're just about going to make a final lap in Q3. I had to go manual on the outlap then. Perez's tyres are starting cold, which is a bit of a shame. Russell's are starting warm. But we just need to not get blocked on this lap. That'll be good. We were 1-2, we're currently 2-3. They're both yellow in the first sector, which isn't great. This car should get out of the way of both of them, you would hope. Before turn 9, ideally. No, or just sit at turn 9 if that's what works for you. You slow down Russell a bit now, which is a bit of a shame. Perez has gone green, Russell's gone yellow again. Now they're going to fight each other on a qualifying lap, as you do. Excellent driving from the pair of them. Up towards the line, what is it going to be? Oh, Perez manages to get within 600ths of the pole time. I bet Perez would have got pole if we switched them. But second and third, I'm very, very happy with that. The final order was Tsunoda, Perez, Russell, Lawson, Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar, Alonso, Leclerc, Behrman. So Lawson qualified P4, fair play to him. I am going to head into the race day and end the stream there just because I'll come back and do the race later. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll just be a quick cut anyway. George Russell, 23.8. Perez, yeah, that was his fastest time. Nice.
52 laps around Silverstone await our drivers as the anticipation continues to build.
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history. From Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Silverstone is a power circuit. It demands downforce and total confidence in the car for a driver to keep their foot planted through Sector 2, through the high-speed corners at Woodcote and at Copse, and carrying on through Maggots and Beckett's. It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go. Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. The calm composure of Sergio Perez amongst the hustle and bustle of the grid.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Indeed, it is lights out and away we go. I thought our drivers were going to have a fist fight just then. It's like, chill out, lads. So it's lights out and away we go with Sergio Perez. Can he get Yuki Tsunoda? Not quite off the start. George Russell goes round the outside of Perez. Russell in front of Perez. That's not what George Russell needs. He needs 9 points on Russell every single race to win the championship. And Russell's gone and got ahead of him. Perez has actually got a lot of battery spare. Can he go around the outside of Russell here? Into Brooklands. Perez round the outside of George Russell. Coming round the inside of Luffield. Perez has done it. Back up to P2. Lovely little move. Couldn't quite go round the outside at turn 9. Can go down the inside at 9. Not quite. Oh, are they going to go either side? They are going to go either side. Perez takes the race lead. Oh no, it was Antonelli. Oh dear. George doesn't need to be too close to these guys, but he needs to be close enough. Perez loses the race lead. Perez to win the championship. But if Perez wins every single race and Russell finishes P2, that is enough for Russell to win the championship. So it is going to be very, very tight margins. Perez isn't really recharging anything. There's Tsunoda in front. Russell can quite get ahead. Surely not. He's there. I think that's a glitch. Perez in front of Tsunoda again. Go on, Russell. No, Perez is going to block him from that move. Oh, Perez defending nicely on those mediums from his teammate. Okay. Oh, lads, Tsunoda's there. You need to get Tsunoda rather than squabbling each other. Perez goes around the outside of Tsunoda. George Russell. Oh, that was a bit nasty. Russell around the outside of Tsunoda. Now this is a nightmare scenario for Perez because this is exactly what he doesn't need. George Russell looks like he's about to take the lead on those hards. The hards and mediums seem to have similar wear, so I wonder if they've got similar pace as well. Then Perez is going to go around the outside of George Russell. Is George Russell going to lose any more? Nearly lost one to the McLaren, who's got Sonoda. Russell's going to come out on top of this. Alonso has a mechanical fault, as does Ricciardo. Perez goes around the outside into Stowe. Is Russell going to drop any more? No, not quite. And now this train is filled over, go conserve, don't get me wrong. There goes Russell around the outside, and there goes a Ferrari. Please don't get overtaken by a Ferrari. Okay, we've been overtaken by a Ferrari, that's fine. Might need to keep an eye on him. I mean, pit stop's 22 seconds, so we'll be coming out in front of Antonelli in quite a good gap, to be fair. Oh, whoa, that was a bit dangerous. Russell gets around the outside of Leclerc. Leclerc comes into the pits. Let's use fuel with Russell, because this is the part where he's going to need it. Perez got him around the outside, wow. Of there, of all places. Bloody hell, Perez. Which I don't mind if Russell loses DRS, to be fair. Sonoda overtakes Russell. Right, which will slow either of them down. Right, Sonoda's got Perez, and Perez comes into the pits, but none of the others do. That's cool. That's fine by me. Norris comes into the pits. 2.4. Not a bad stop at all. Behind Leclerc and Lawson, behind Piastri, and behind Alonso. So out of those that have pit, we are net 5th. Yeah, Russell's hards are cooking. 130 degrees. Ouch. Russell around the outside of Sonoda at Stowe, sorry. Nice little move. And Sonoda stays out, so that is a move for track position. There is Russell. Oh, and they're both coming in as well. Brilliant work, Russell. All you had to do was get past him. In he comes. 2.6, and we were held a little bit. Brilliant. They'll probably, yeah, they should both be out just in front of Hadjar. Not far off Russell though, which is a bit concerning. Bring these two guys together. Oh. Sonoda down the inside of Perez. Perez down the inside of Sonoda, and there goes Sonoda. Coming out behind Ricciardo. Oh. There's... Oh, really, Yuki? You're going to play those sort of moves? Wow, twice as well. And Lawson's managed to break free in all this. Please get past Alonso. Right, come on. There we go. Russell in front of Alonso, finally. Or is he going to lose it straight away? You're joking. Thank God for that. 0.8 up the road, 1.7 up the road. So here goes Russell down the inside. Nice, up into P5. One stop. Lawson's also on hards. Russell down the inside of Liam Lawson. Perez around the outside of Liam Lawson. That's a stunning little duo move. On Perez around the outside of Russell. This is what I'm on about. A bit more. Down the inside goes Russell. Right, Perez and Russell squabbling away. Russell down the inside of Perez. Nice. Once he can use a bit of his fuel that he has spare. Look like him. Then maybe we're on for good things, which we certainly will be undercutting him with Perez. And Perez now gets ahead of Russell. Russell got dove at by Verstappen, or dived at. It's terrific of gaps in front of Bottas. Okay, Verstappen passes us both somehow. Oh, no, does he? Russell's fighting him. The 3 title rivals, and there he goes. Not what Perez needed to see today. So the 3.5 now. Sonoda's bolted for the lead, which he has done. Russell gets Max Verstappen, and Perez comes into the pits.
Let's have a look at
Go on, give me a shot
now
like I can use for a
this was
thumbnail.
at turn 15. The opportunity.
You're not going to give me a shot I can use for a thumbnail. 2.6 second stop for Perez, that's not bad. Should be out far behind Alonso, but way in front of Albon. Now it's just do your pace to the end. What's the game? Right, Verstappen goes around the outside of Russell. Is it going to be the stop for Russell? I think it is. Be behind them. DRS on Verstappen. 6 plus 22, so we're looking at about 28 seconds off, so he's looking at about Perez sort of way. But we're undercutting this time. 2.4 second stop for Russell, that's much, much better. Where is Perez going to come out? He's going to be out a way behind, no? Yeah, he's miles behind. Perez around the outside of George Russell. The crossbar is getting raised for Perez. Russell goes down inside of Perez. Runs out of fuel. Perez, I'm just going to have to start burning this half a kilo of fuel because it will be weighing his car down. A kilo of fuel. Right, let's try and... no, I don't think separating them is a good idea now. Piastri's here. I'm hoping we can get Verstappen. What are we? We're doing the same pace as him. Wow. We're not doing enough to catch him, you know. We are not doing enough to catch him. But they really can. Perez around the outside of Russell. Yeah, nice movement to Stowe. Piastri was looking for something then. I don't know what. But we sent him to the lost property section. Burning at very similar rates as well. Oh, Perez got a hard job here. Russell, you set him up, my man. Damn it. Snowden and Verstappen are fighting for the race lead. Snowden goes around his outside. Verstappen. Perez and Russell are fighting for the race lead. Not the race, but it should be 10 seconds off Leclerc. Is it doable, do you reckon? 3 laps to go. Right, this is when... Russell down the inside. No, and you've let the McLaren through. So how by pushing more do you give up more to... This game is confusing at the best of times. Oh, Perez and Piastri go inside. Go on, Russell. Go on, lad. Around the outside at turn 9. Oh, that's what we like to see. Oh, he's going to have it. Is it going to be Russell or Perez? Russell or Perez? It's going to be George Russell again. Oh, that's not what Perez needed. It's going to be Tsunoda, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell and Perez. Which means Perez now needs 12 points a race on his teammate. But I'm more worried about Verstappen coming into this championship fight more than Perez being out of it.
Sergio Perez, currently the man on our screens.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
And it's a sensational achievement for the Japanese driver, and one that is certainly well deserved.
That's their 2nd win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
Well, we might be in Britain, but our podium finishers won't be celebrating with a cup of tea tonight. They'll be staying true to Formula One tradition. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Hungaroring is a strategy track, so I've got a good feeling about that one. But unfortunately, it's getting worse for us. It's a Red Bull 1-2, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Perez, Piastri, Norris, Lawson, Alonso, Albon. At least both cars finished. But yeah, that puts Russell on 5 race wins, Verstappen on 2, Perez on 2, Tsunoda on 2. And Perez has now got to worry more about Tsunoda. What is he? 23 points off, so, and he's 19 points off Verstappen, is that? 67, he 77, 87, yeah, so he's 19, and yeah. Oh, yikes, this is getting difficult. But 56 points in the lead of the constructors still. No points in the pit stop championship this week, unfortunately. Our pit stops were not that good. We've got £1 million for the budget though. Jennifer Clear. Mid-season board review, board confidence high, 1.5 million. Perez has actually gone down in performance rating to Aston Martin. Perez has gone to Alpine. And GP is more than accepted. Wait, hang on a minute. So is Perez going next season? Okay, yeah, Perez is going next season. Right, cool. And our engineer is going next season as well. Yeah, okay. So, GP, welcome to the team. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Take care. Goodbye for now.